1075 WGCI, the Shy's #1 for hip hop and R&B. It's Zach Boog, and I've got a special guest on the show tonight, man. Comedian Mojo Brooks. What's happening, brother?
What's up, Zach?
Now listen, man. How many followers you got on Instagram now?
On Instagram, almost 300K.
Matter of fact, not even just Instagram. Tell everybody all your social media followers.
Oh, okay. Well, with everything combined, I'm way over 1 million, but it's 950,000 on Facebook.
Right.
400,000 on TikTok, and then the 300,000 on Instagram.
Right. Now check this out. If you don't know Mojo, you know this character that he did. Mojo started off doing a character called Mr. James.
Mr. James.
He was like a sugar daddy.
Yeah.
Was that inspired from a real person?
The way he talked was.
Okay.
The way he talked was inspired from my father. That's how my father talks like that. He real smooth, real slick,
Yeah,
and straight to the point. But the concept was just something that I just thought about. Like, man, you know, if I wasn't married, by the time I got to a certain age, like I'm gonna go on sugar daddy it out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 23 and older. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I was going to get their nails done and pay their phone bill, and you know what I'm saying?
ain't nothing wrong with that. That's
Nothing.
a respectable way to go out, in my opinion.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that.
It's hilarious. And now you have a different character that you do. Like,
Yeah.
I think the Mr. James put you on the map.
Right.
But now you do a new character that you blew up, man. That is funny as hell. I don't know who he is. He's like a bitter baby daddy.
Right.
Like, where did that come from, bruh? And he does it in Chicago. He does it from the ring light, which I think is genius.
Yeah,
he does it from the ring cam.
Yeah.
Talk about that character.
So, man, you know, it's some real truth in that, man. It's some real truth in that. And not that I'm saying that it's me, but some of the stuff that I'm saying and that stuff, like, I've been there. You know what I'm saying? I've been through some of that hurt that, man, that he talking about. But, man, honestly, bro, what happened was I was at the WGCI Big Jam.
Okay.
All right. And
shout out to GCI.
Shout out to GCI. And Dirk proposed to his girl there. And as I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, this about to be on the Shade Room.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at my phone like simultaneously from this happening live in the Shade Room. And next thing I know, it's on the Shade Room. So I'm like, I got to figure out what I'm going to do. So for the rest of his Dirk performance, I'm sitting there thinking, like, what can I do? And I was like, you know what? I gotta go, because all the girls gonna be saying they want a man, you know, they want them a Dirk. So I'm like, man, I gotta go get a ring. I gotta go propose to my girl. But you know what? She can't be talking to me. Like, oh man, I'm just gonna go to the ring camera and do it. And it's all coming to me, right? So the next morning I got up. I'm like, I gotta go get the ring. So I went to Walmart and I'm looking at the rings. And I'm looking in the little case, because I was going to get like a $60 ring, and then I look over to the jewelry that's on the clearance rack.
Right.
And I see a big old sign on it that say $7.99. But the ring was big. I say, that's the one.
Right.
And as soon as I seen it, I said, this finna go viral. Like, as soon as I seen it. So I grab it, I go back to the house, I do the video, maybe two takes. I post it, and then the rest was history. And then it was like, after I did that one, they wanted me to keep doing it.
That's funny as hell, man. Stink is what you call your...
Stink, yeah.
Yeah, Stink, come down here.
Yeah.
That's the funniest one.
Yeah.
You down here eating coochie?
Yeah,
that's my favorite
A lot
part.
of guys that felt that hurt before. A lot of guys that felt that hurt. A lot of guys, the girl that left them and went on to eat coochie. You know what I'm saying? and you still don't understand what happened.
You know what? The best part to me is when you calm yourself down.
Yeah, that's too aggressive.
That's too aggressive.
Yeah.
That line right there gets me every time.
That's
like,
too aggressive. That's too aggressive. But I'm not even mad. And then I realize I am mad, and now I'm going off the cliff again, man. And that's real, man. It's really, it's really relationships out there. And I know doing them videos, I'm playing with a touchy subject.
Right.
But, I'm all against any type of domestic violence. And I encourage anybody that's experiencing that to call the domestic violence hotline and get you some help.
Right. I even seen you put that in your caption.
Yes.
Before.
Yes.
So, you definitely got that disclaimer out there. But, you're doing your thing, man. You on the Toxic But Funny comedy tour right now. What cities have you hit so far?
I've been to Memphis, Detroit. I did Chicago this past weekend, Cleveland, Ohio, Jackson, Mississippi, and I think that's it for right now. Oh, in Atlanta. I've been in Atlanta too.
What has been the reception? How do you feel like your fans perceive you? You know, because they see you on Instagram. You might be doing a character or something that they really like. How do you think that they perceive the real Mojo on stage?
I think it shocked a lot of people.
Okay.
You know, I think it shocked a lot of people because, you know, and somebody said it, you know, before the second show in Chicago, they was waiting in line and they was like, man, we ready to get in there. We need to see if he really funny. And I think a lot of people, you know, they didn't know what to expect.
Right.
Especially if it was their first time seeing me. They didn't know what to expect. And I think once they see me, like, it's like, no, we love it. Like, no, this all the way around. It don't matter, you know, what element he's in, you know, he's delivering. So, man, they loving it right now, man. I've been getting number good reviews on it, man.
I love that. What's your response to people who be like, oh, he's an internet comic? He ain't no real comedian. he be on the internet. That's an internet comic. What's your response to that?
You know,
because as a comic, I'm explaining to the people who may not know. As a comic, because I'm a comic, people sometimes they'll put imaginary beef between people who have a social media following versus comedians who just do stand up.
Right.
They'll be like, oh, that's an internet comic versus a stand up or a real comic. What they say. How do you respond to that criticism?
You know, it's old now, man. It's old now, and I stopped trying to prove myself to those, you know, real comics a long time ago. I think when you first get in, it's like, man, I want to show them like I'm funny live, and it's like, for what? You know, they not buying tickets to your shows.
Right.
They not the ones sharing your videos. They not the ones commenting. They not the ones paying your bills. So man, I just got to a point where, you know, I don't care. The thing is this, and I think a lot of people they overlook this particular thing in that little hidden beef. But it's this. It's that it's been more of us that's been able to transition from the internet onto the stage than it has been them transitioning from the stage to the internet.
I've never heard that before.
And,
that's a point.
And I think if we want to pull up the facts, I can name a couple guys that were discovered on the internet and they some dope stand-up comics now. DC Young Fly.
Yep.
Country Wayne. Myself. I ain't gonna say Carlos Miller. I'm gonna let them, you know. But Chico Bean. It's been a lot.
Well, Carlos Miller and Chico Bean, even though Carlos was doing stand-up for a very long time.
Yeah.
He popped with the 85
with the 85 South show. Yeah.
You know.
He was a
he was doing his thing. Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's been a lot of guys, you know what I'm saying, that's come from that pedigree, and how many people can we say, hey, yeah, that was a traditional stand-up comedian that's lighting it up on the internet now.
Right.
I mean, we don't know. I don't know of any.
I haven't. That's what I'm saying. I haven't heard that.
And it's like, who really needs to make the adjustment? Like, think about it. Who really need? We don't need to make that adjustment for y'all. The comedy club's gonna book us because the comedy clubs care about people being in their seats. And you know, we way past that. Who's the funniest stuff? It ain't about that no more. You know what I'm saying? It's about who the people want to see.
Yes.
Who do they want to see?
Let me tell you, I was talking to huge shout out to LeVar Walker.
Okay.
Comedian out of he's from Chicago. He lives in Atlanta.
Okay.
He does his thing on the internet too. Got a decent following. You know LeVar, right?
Yeah.
LeVar gave me some game this past weekend. He said, it's not about who the funniest. It's about who fans respond to them the most.
The most.
Whose fans respond to them the best. He's like, I don't care if you got 30 fans, but if every time you drop all your 30 fans, like everything, comment and buy your merch or your thing, then you building something.
Right.
And I never thought about it like that.
Right. No, and they don't. Everybody want to talk about who the funniest and all that, and it's cool. It's good for comics to put together a good show that the people actually come out and enjoy. I'm all for it. I'm all for that. But the comics that's having an issue with this are comics that can't put people in the seats. They can't put people in the seats. And listen, It's not that I don't want that for them. I want it for them.
Yeah.
Like, I'll sit down and I'll teach a class and show them how to get into this. But you got to be willing to do the work. But I'm not going to sit around we don't sit around and be like, oh, here these stand-up comedians go trying to get over here on the internet. No, we don't do that. Come on. We welcome you to try. We welcome you to try it. Because they make it seem like, oh, we got it the easy way. Well, if it's so easy, why haven't you been able to transition to this so that you can put people in seats?
You talking it.
I'm just saying. No, I'll sit down and have a conversation with the best of them. I'll sit down and ask them these questions because the problem is there's so many of them that sit around. They don't ask those questions. They don't ask themselves that. They sit around and they worry about what everybody else doing. He got a tour. He got a tour. What kills me is the guys. They'll say, and even just in Chicago, these guys will say, man, how they got all these guys at the Eric? How DC Young Fly and Mojo Brooks, and how they at the Eric Crown Theater? Well, like, man, you could have put 5 of the funniest in Chicago at the Eric Crown Theater, and nobody was gonna come. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How y'all mad about the business? The thing about it is they so caught up in being funny that they never paid attention to the business side of it, and that's why y'all losing because y'all don't understand the business side of it.
Yeah. It's the comedy business.
It is a business.
You're right.
It's not just about being funny. You can be funny all you want. It's a lot of broke people that's funny.
It's a lot of funny people. And really, I look at it like this. Funny is the prerequisite.
Right.
To be a comedian.
Yes. So
people expect you to be funny.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you saying I'm funnier than this person or I'm funnier than that really doesn't matter. That's the prerequisite. You know what I'm saying? Like to get in algebra, you need to know your multiplication tables.
Yeah.
So that's like going into the algebra class like, I know my times tables. I know my timetable better than he know his timetable. But do you know the course that we're taking right now?
Right.
And the course that we taking is putting asses in seats.
See, and y'all not interested in that course.
Right.
Y'all not interested because y'all gonna fail.
That's yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, it don't got nothing to do with age. It don't got nothing to do with none of that. You can get on there. If you can be funny, I mean, if you can be funny up there, you should be able to be funny right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? True. And that's what they say. They say if we can be funny right there, y'all gotta be funny up there. And they like, oh man, just what is it like when you gotta do an hour? Okay, I do hours now. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to come over here. You know what I'm saying? I want you to come up with a viral video and do it. Right. Not nobody else's sound on TikTok. I want it to be yours.
Original audio. What it say at the top.
Yeah, since they be so worried about who jokes or whatever. Like I want original audio. And let me see. But until then, bro, we not gonna see it because that's a little beef that I think should be squashed. I really think that we all could really come together.
I don't look at it as two different sides. I look at it as comedy.
Yeah.
There's so many different aspects of comedy. Like I'm really happy to have this conversation.
Yeah, I am too.
Because okay, you've got stand up, that's a form of comedy. You've got acting comedy, more physical comedy, that's a form of comedy. You've got comedians who write. That's all they do. They're writers. That's a form of comedy.
Right.
And I think that social media is an extension of comedy. Yeah. It's all one big thing. Like, okay, Eddie Murphy had 2 specials, right?
Right.
Meanwhile, other comics have had more specials than Eddie.
Right.
Does that make them more of a comic?
No.
But Eddie thrived in the movie space.
He did.
And did it like no one else could do.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So why don't we look at it as all just one comedy community and not try to tear each other down or compare which one's better than the other?
I get what you're saying. And I'm like I said, I'm all for it. I'm all for it all being just one thing. I just think they have to, listen. Once they get it, and nothing stays the same forever, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So just like everything else in life, comedy has evolved. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It wasn't gonna stay like that forever. It had to evolve, and it evolved through social media, and now it's at another level. First of all, think about it. Social media has made it a popular thing to be a comedian.
Right.
It's creating opportunities for comedians to make more money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The comedians making more money than they ever have right now.
Ever. Comedians
ever
are
have.
not broke no more if you on the road.
And I mean, this is just the truth, and I just don't understand how they not seeing this and say, "Hey, wait a minute! They created opportunities. They created more opportunities for us as comedians that we didn't have 15 years ago when I started. Why not utilize this?"
Mm-hmm. Right.
Man, it's crazy. I don't understand. I don't understand the thinking.
The key word was evolution that you just said.
Yes.
Things evolve. Things evolve. And that's where I want to leave that. It's like things evolve, comedians. Don't get upset. It is what it is. If you're upset that person's book, or maybe it's a little hate in there, then admit that. And that's something that you got to work through.
Through yourself.
There
you go.
Okay, you got to work through those issues. That like, I'm hating a little bit because he's doing what I want to do. Just say that.
Just say that.
I would respect that more than downing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you know it's not easy.
Right. Okay. I do want to move to this though.
Okay.
And a lot of people, I even told my listeners, I said, hey, I'm not gonna talk about this again, but Mojo's in the building, so I'm gonna talk about it.
Okay.
Will Smith
I knew you was about to say it.
walked on stage, smacked Chris Rock at the Oscars,
Yes.
walked back. Give me your initial reaction.
Wow. Wow. Like I didn't man, I had to watch it a few times like, wait a minute, like, is this real? And at first I'm like, maybe it's not real. And then when I heard the audio, now mind you, I was in between shows when this happened.
Right.
So I just finished my first show at Riddles, and then I was going through my phone and I'm seeing this.
Yeah.
Right before so I started my next show off 15 minutes talking about this. So I'm looking at it and then I hear the audio and I'm like, wow, he just smacked him. And Chris Rock did nothing.
He did nothing.
He did nothing.
Now let me ask you this. Mojo, if you was in that situation, you hosting the Oscars, Will Smith or another high-profile actor who can get away with it walks up and smacks you, what would you have done?
Man, I'm a realist, man. I'm a realist. And, I can sit here and I can say me and Will would have been out there, we'd have been out there rumbling. Because I would have felt like I had full right to do that no matter what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody just smacked me. My mama told me when I was younger, somebody hit you, you hit them back.
Right.
But, you know what I'm saying? I honestly don't think anybody knows what they would do unless they were in that situation, man. It's because it's just so shocking. I guarantee you, Chris Rock at no point thought that Will Smith was about to smack him.
Bro, when I saw it, I saw his face. Like, I saw him get smacked. And then he said, Will Smith smacked the out of me.
Right.
And then as he continued to try to keep going, I saw it replaying in his brain. I saw the anger.
Yeah.
Start. He didn't have anger at first.
You didn't hear when he said, man, I could have, ooh.
And he stopped.
Because
he was getting ready to go. He was like, keep my wife's name out your mouth.
Yeah.
And he was like, I could kill you what she can keep out of me.
Yeah.
But you know what? I ain't even gonna go there.
Try to catch yourself. Yeah.
He really, and then as he was talking, I saw, you know how your eyes water up when you really mad and you really feel tried and disrespected?
Yeah, he didn't even realize what they was doing. He was like, we finna present this documentary. That ain't even what they was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you knew his mind was like, bro, I just got smacked in front of everybody. And I'm gonna tell you something. Chris Rock is a legend. And he's done a lot of legendary work, but I promise you, when his name come up now, the first thing people gonna think about is when he got smacked.
I hate that though.
I hate
that for him.
I hate that.
This is a man that has put out classic hours of material.
Classic work.
A real legend. Will's a legend in itself.
Yeah.
But you know who I'm mad at, bro?
Who?
Jada.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
I'm mad at Jada because this is Will's biggest night.
Okay.
Okay. I understand. Will probably had some other things going on. As you know, that I don't think that joke merited that reaction.
Right.
Okay. So I think everybody can agree that I think Will even said it, that it was some other stuff that was bothering him. That was just the last straw.
That was the last straw, right.
The last straw that broke the camel's back, right?
Right.
If you know this man is, when you're in a situation when it's one of the biggest nights of your life where you're getting ready to possibly receive an Oscar, your emotions are high.
Right.
You don't know the emotions you know, it may bring out other stuff.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it's high, he's high, he's on adrenaline, he's fired up.
Right.
You know, she didn't once stop him. Even after he did it, she didn't console him and be like, baby, calm down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That makes me mad.
So
you let me blow it.
Well, here's the thing.
You let me act like that.
And I can respect that perspective because I never thought of it like that.
Mm-hmm.
As his woman, she should have. But I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of people got that look on Jada's face, confused, and I can't wait till they talk about it. That face wasn't like, ooh, I can't believe he said that. It was more like, ooh, he just said on the way here that if somebody say something crazy, he's smacking them. He just said that was the look. You don't believe me? Go back and look at her face. When she said it and he was laughing.
Oh, no.
When he said that and she was laughing. When he said that and he was laughing. And she looked, it wasn't like she was finna cry, she was hurt. It was one of those like if
do what you said you was gonna do.
It was one of those like he just said in the car, if somebody say something, he's smacking them. So she knew it wasn't nothing that she could do. She knew it was nothing. He already had said he was smacking. He was on that. For the first person that said something to him out of line tonight, he told her in the car.
But you think he premeditated that smack?
I didn't.
Not necessarily at Chris
Rock. He didn't know
he
was gonna smack Chris Rock, but he knew that if somebody played with him that night, somebody was getting smacked.
The reason I don't agree is because he was all over the place emotionally.
So you telling me you think he didn't tell her in that car?
I don't know if I see it like that. I saw a broken man. I saw a broken man.
He was broken. Who you talking about, Chris? Or
Will.
You talking about, okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, Chris was broken after he got smacked. His face stinging.
Yeah.
But I'm saying I saw a broken man as far as the range of emotions that he went through in a short period of time.
Right.
So this man went from laughing. When he heard the joke, he laughed. That's why I don't think he was mad. Because as soon as he said it, if he was planning on smacking him, he would have been angry. He was like, saw Jada, went up, got mad enough to smack somebody, came back down, received the award, crying, and then after the show, partied like he was bringing in the new year. I said, oh, Will.
When he partied?
Yes, he went to an after party, like, performing. I was like, Will is sad right now.
Right, yeah,
like, he's hurting. He just laughed, got mad, cried, and partied within an hour.
Right. That's different.
That's pain, bro.
That's different. Yeah,
that's pain.
Different.
And that's why I was upset with Jada. Again,
yeah.
You know your man broken right now, man. And you heard that jab he took at his mama?
Wait, no, I ain't hear
in his speech. He's like, my mom's not here. She out knitting. She's with her friends knitting. It was a light jab. Like, why you ain't here?
I ain't peeped.
And then I saw a video where his mom, she had her gown on. She was watching it from the house with her friends. She was like, Will said, yeah, she ain't come. She at the house knitting.
And maybe he wanted her there.
And I think he wanted her there. I think it was a lot of emotions
right. See,
involved, bro.
Yeah.
That's a wild situation.
But that's why I felt like he knew she wasn't coming. I feel like in the car on the way there, I'm standing on this, in the car on the way there, he told Jada, my mama ain't coming. Like, I don't even want to go. If somebody say something crazy to me tonight, I swear I'm smacking them. And Jada was like, baby, don't say. It ain't nothing you can do, Jada. I'm smacking him. As soon as Chris Rock said that, he like, Jada, she kind of like, damn. And then Will went up and he did what he said he was going to do in the car.
I love it.
I think that's what happened, man. But it was not right. And I feel for Chris Rock. And I just want to say this, that if you ever at one of my shows and you do decide you want to come up there, like I said, I can't tell you what I think gonna happen. But what I know gonna happen is when I figure out what had just happened, we gonna handle the situation. And stop thinking that comedians be at shows by themselves, because they don't.
Definitely don't. They definitely don't. And all right, I'm gonna move on.
Okay.
I'm gonna move on. Let's talk about this, man.
Okay.
I heard that you have a new TV show.
Okay.
That may be coming out. Is it a prank show? Can you tell me about this show?
Yeah, so it's a prank show. And pretty much what the show is consists of is we're gonna be going around doing pranks on people, but it's gonna be people like that's in need. So let's just say, for example, you got an auntie that's been walking to work. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We wanna give her a car, but before we give her a car, we're gonna play a prank on her, and then at the end of the prank, we tell her it's a prank. Now it's like, hey, no,
Here's a car.
here's a car.
So you pranking people, but doing good.
But doing good, yeah.
I love that. That's a dope concept.
It's a dope concept, man. They just pushed out the first 2 episodes. I just watched them last night, and it's a dope concept. I think people gonna love it. I think it's gonna show like a different side of me,
Mm-hmm.
and also, my partner on there, philanthropist from Chicago, Early Walker. Y'all gonna see, all the good that he do. That I don't think a lot of the people in the city of Chicago know how much he does for the city of Chicago and how much he donates.
Well, I got him on the show tomorrow.
Who?
Early.
Oh, you bring him in for an
Yeah,
interview?
I'm bringing him in tomorrow.
Okay,
Yeah.
right.
So we gonna talk to him for
All
sure.
right. Yeah. So then, I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna let him tell y'all what he got going on. But yeah, definitely one of the dopest people in Chicago.
That's dope, man. That's dope. So Mojo, man, I appreciate you sitting with me, brother. Anytime. And you know what? Let people know where you at, your next shows, where they can find you, follow you, all that.
Okay, so coming up, what we got? We got Virginia Beach, Washington D.C., and Baltimore. Then we're gonna move to the West Coast. We got Pleasanton, California, Seattle, Washington, San Diego, California, and Long Beach. So we got a lot of shows coming up. Chicago, I know y'all always want to know when I'm coming back. I will be here May 13th and 14th at the Erie Crown Theater.
Dope.
With me, DC Unfly, Carlos Miller, Chico Bean, B. Simone. And I think that's it. But it's going to be a good show. So y'all make sure y'all get y'all tickets on Ticketmaster, man. Make sure you come see your boy. And if you're not following me, man, follow me on social media at Mojo Brooks, MojoBrookZZ. It's all love. I appreciate you.
It's all love, brother. I appreciate you coming through.
Yep.